Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Real Men. I'm your host, Josh Muglon. My guy, Big Steady. We back at it again.
Yes, sir.
This time virtually. So today,
Just for now.
just for now, it's they say what they call it, the new normal.
Yeah, the new normal.
The new normal. The new normal is everything virtual, this, and that. I don't know. I like to look at people. But as long as I can look you in the eyes, I feel like we're doing something though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it.
Well, you know how we started off every time. We talk about what happened this week, last week, anything worth talking about, anything worth mentioning. What you got for me today?
Well, this week was better than last week. I got my energy back. I came off 21 day or 27 day quarantine. Huh?
Isolated, quarantine, everything you want to call it.
Isolation, yeah. Yeah, in the dark, all that good stuff. And this week, my body started to feel a little better. Got all my strength back. Now I'm just, I'm safe. I'm safe. So I didn't turn my safeness up. I made a word, my safeness. I've turned it up. I be more aware of what I touch, what I don't touch.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's thin line between paranoia and safety.
That's it.
Being safe and doing what you got to do to keep yourself and your family safe, and being paranoid, living in fear. And you don't be careful that'll creep
Well,
in.
I was paranoid last week. I ain't gonna going back to work. I'm watching them people touch everything. Ain't washing their hands. I was nervous.
Yeah.
But you see it. You can't let the fear creep in. Is it?
Yeah, let the fear creep in. You become ineffective. Well, for me, I feel like my highlight for the past week was a new president. I feel like that's I had a lot of stuff going on between this time and last time, but I feel like a new president is definitely worth speaking on. I mean,
Yes.
it's official. He's in there. He's been in there for almost a week now. Ain't nothing they can do about it now.
Nothing.
So it's over with. Or it has just begun, whichever way you want to look at it. It's just begun. That's what I feel.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm keeping my words to myself.
But I feel like though, for real though, I mean, you can look at it however you want to look at it, whether he
Right.
this or so and so did that. But if you want to look at it as a clean slate, that's what I choose to look at it as.
Yeah. That's what it is.
A lot of people looked at it, when Trump was elected 4 years ago, they're like, okay, it's a new start, and it was, but now it's new again. We can't
Right.
wipe out what happened the past 4 years. We can't wipe out what happened in the past few months, in the past year. All we can do is move on from here, and I feel like he gives us a good shot, man. Especially people of color. I mean, you got the first Black, Asian, female, everything vice president, and that bust the door wide open for a lot of stuff. I feel like
female.
Yeah.
In the White House.
That's it.
First history.
I got two daughters, man. For them to look up something like that, they will look up to the vice president and say, okay, I can do something like that.
Right.
They can. It's something to aspire to. So anyway, that's part of my good for this past week. But today, kind of like to talk about something that's been on me for a couple of weeks, is quantity versus quality. I like to say quality over quantity.
Right.
Let's call it quality over quantity. And what is quality? What is quantity? And we're not always just talking about numbers. So I like to use I know you like definitions, so I'm gonna indulge you for a second. Use some definitions.
Let's go.
Quantity. Look it up in the. I use sometimes Webster's, sometimes dictionary.com. For quantity, we got a particular or indefinite amount of something. A particular or indefinite amount of something. Quantity. That could mean a number of things, a number of likes that you might get on a post. That's really what we're talking about now. The number of shares, the number of views. I mean, social media is where it is right now. It's at the top of everybody's list, and I can speak for myself too because I let it get too much up there. I put it at the top of everything. When first started posting out videos and stuff, I'm like, man, I'm not getting the downloads and the shares and the likes. Posting podcasts and stuff, I felt like it wasn't working because it wasn't enough numbers.
Right.
That ain't true. It ain't about how many likes you get or how many shares or how many views you get. It's about the right ones. Are you touching the right people? Are you saying the right stuff to touch the right people?
Yeah, as long as that one person, long as you touch one person, you made that difference for that day.
That's what I wrote that down. What you told me last week.
What I say?
You said if I could reach one person in a positive, I've done something.
Yeah. You know, growing up, they said if you can make one person smile, you've made a difference. But if you can really truly touch somebody, like that one person that's going through, and sometimes it ain't even really about touching. Like if you just speak to that person that just needs to know somebody see them.
Yep.
You made their day. You've done it.
You never know, man. You could be in the grocery store passing by. I know they can't see you smiling no more. You try to smile at people like, how you doing with the mask on. But you never know. Just speaking to somebody, say, how you doing? That they may not have anybody speak to them all day or all week. Well, if you ask somebody, hey, how you been? Pick up on somebody. My dad called my his first cousin the other day. She just lost 3 of her sisters back to back. I think it was 2 or 3, one of them. But she lost sisters back to back. Like he's planning another funeral now. He said, "Man, I gotta talk to her. I need to call her. I need to call her."
That was the call she was looking for.
That's the call she was tore up, man.
And it'd be crazy how all these people calling, but they ain't saying nothing. And then it's that one call that could change the whole vernacular of everything.
Put the definition of quality out there so we can lay the whole groundwork because that we already we done stepped into quality already. We already talking about quality. Quality is high grade, superiority, excellence. Quality.
That's it.
So it's not about how many of them is it the right one?
That's it.
Is it the one that stands out? She said she done had people calling her, all day, all week. But that one call could have made a difference for her. She had the right to grieve and cry. But he said he said before the end of that conversation, he made her laugh. If you can turn somebody's crying or grief or sadness into a smile, that's quality. Just one. Just one. If you say something that's encouraging to somebody, like it's really nothing that you can say that can make them feel better. But if you are led on what to say, not driven by, well, I need to be heard.
Right.
That's where the real difference is made.
Yeah, see, I saw a TikTok and the guy that was on there. He was talking about he had lost his grandmother. And he was like, people call and be like, I know how you feel and all this. No, you don't. Your grandma's still here.
Mm-hmm.
I got a point. The thing is, when somebody really grieving, this would be the great thing. This is just a nugget. Real talk. We out here, so when you have a nugget and it's like somebody grieving, folks be like, I know how you feel, send your condolences, all this. That's regular. That's a normal, normal. But when you be like, to make people grieve and not get stuck in it, how I would have talked to your cousin, I would have said, they were like, well, you know, I miss her. Well, tell me a memory about it. And then while they having that memory, they're hurting, but it's relief in the hurt while they're expressing the goodness of that moment.
That's the proper form of grief.
Yeah.
Instead of just sobbing all day, crying like, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't take it. Latch on to that memory, like you said, and let it come out. Talk about it, or just let it come out and turn it into a positive feeling.
True.
And it's easier said than done. But he actually said to her, I remember the first thing, I didn't hear the whole conversation, but one of the first things he said was, I don't know how to feel, but I got an idea. Because he lost his son at an early age, and he lost both his parents, and lost, a couple of years ago she lost her dad. And she is the last child of his. She's the last one, and my dad, and my uncles, they're like some of they the old heads, and they're the seniors of and they're gonna end up being the matriarchs of our family. He said, he's like, there's people out there that need you. These young people that's out here hurting, your children and your nieces, nephews, cousins, these people out here hurting, and they need you. And I know it's sometimes it's hard pill to swallow, just saying, oh, somebody needs me, but it's true. If you continue to go down a certain road, you got to think about, what are my kids gonna think?
Right.
Putting the right quality in what I do instead of quantity. I could print 1,000,000 shirts, 1,000,000 t-shirts, and make $1 million off them. But if all of them toe up, if people put them in the washer and all the stuff wash off of them, it don't mean nothing. They want their money. But if I can make one good solid shirt or a couple of good shirts that last forever, that's what it's about. Putting a good product out there. And I'm preaching to myself right now. I ain't talking to nobody. But I had the same problem. I've been having this problem. I feel like I gotta once I see that it's got a whole bunch of likes, a whole lot of views. I don't even know the last video we put out. It's got some views, but I don't even know how many it's got now, because that's not what I'm concerned about. I want somebody, just like somebody sent me a message the other day. He's like, I appreciate what you're doing. What can I do to contribute to the cause? This and that or whatever.
What you doing right now?
I said, what you can do is just keep being a better you every day. Keep being a better man, and and change for the right ways. If change is in effect, I mean, there's no way you're gonna get where you're going without changing. At some point, especially the way the world's changing now, changing the right stuff though.
Yep, over with. It be like that.
Yep.
And talking about like like they ask you what can they do? I like you said, when I do my videos, I'm fired up when I'm making it. As soon as I get done, I feel like, nah, this ain't a good one. This ain't a good one right here. And then I just be like, no, that's a treat. That's a treat. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna post it. And then now that I've been doing it and now people know that my message is real, they follow. But like you said, it's not about the number. It's just like, just because I see numbers don't mean that I don't want to quit. And it'd be that one person that be like, man, if it weren't for your videos, man, I don't know where I'll be. I don't know how sane I'll be.
That one person.
That's that quality right there.
That quality.
That's that quality. Because quantity, man, quantity can have so many agendas. But that quality, it's solid. Like you said, I take solid over fake any day. Because quality really, at the end of the day, is fake. If you want to break it down to that, because, or fake or phony because it changes with the situation or what you're doing. But but quantity, when you say quality, it's gonna stay the same today. You're gonna see that same person next year still there because of the quality that they gave you at that moment pushes you to give your everything, to give the best quality instead of having a bunch of quantity. Mm-hmm. Each one of my things, I want them all to be real and, touch.
Yeah. And it's consistent. Be consistent with it too. I mean, you can't waver in the quality. You can't just say, I'm gonna put a good one out or here, and I'm gonna just give it halfway here.
Right.
And it ain't even just about social media. It's everything. Like I was with my daughter earlier playing soccer, and she didn't want to run when it was time to run at one point, and I was like, "Give me some push-ups. Give me some because you're gonna from the beginning to the end, whistle to whistle, play to play, you're gonna play 100%. You're gonna get it. You're gonna put that quality out like the whole time. You can't take no plays off.
No plays off. You miss something when you lay a play off.
You miss something. You could that one play, and it ain't even about being on all-star teams or whatever, but that one play could keep you from winning a game or being in an all-star team, or that one little kid that's younger than you could have been watching you on that one play. You're like, well, so-and-so takes a play off every now and then, so I will too.
Thanks.
That's why you got to be careful too, because I tread a thin line every day being a father, trying to, because I think we don't get tired.
Right.
Parents get tired all the time. But we can't take no plays off because we ain't got no substitutes unless we call the grandparents every now and then. And they ain't always going to be there either.
Oh. They are not.
But that's what we got to do. Is pass it down to our kids, and I feel like one of the main things that's been on my heart for the past couple of years is stop the cycle. Whatever that cycle is of laziness or prejudice or whatever it is, stop the cycle. Mediocrity. Stop the cycle with yourself and with your kids. I've been taught all my life for excellence. That's that quality. Excellence. That's what quality is. And that doesn't mean perfection, because you can strive for perfection, but I feel like sometimes people get that misconstrued because they think perfection is not making a mistake.
No,
Excellence is what you strive, is what you work for every day. Perfection, you can strive for it just because it's one step higher than excellence, but you maintain excellence no matter what.
Even if you fail, it's
Even if,
still
yeah,
maintain.
even if you step out, excellence is not staying in between the line every time and not stepping out. Excellence is when you get out a little bit, come on back in.
Yeah, the excellence on the. Let's see here. Like Michael Todd said this Sunday, when you do step out, when you connect it to something that's solid, when you feel like you're tired, when you anchor to something that's good, when you step out, the fact that you know that you connected to something that's solid, you'll get right back in line because you know you connect to quality. You connected to quality, and that what I mean by that is, that's God connected to Him. So like He don't want me doing this, so let me get back in line because He is the best quality in the world.
That's
and that's not just my opinion. That's the truth. I had to look in the camera that time like a commercial.
You're right, though. You're right. And that makes me think about something that Pastor Harry used to say all the time. When people talked about, well, y'all don't have all them, you don't have so-and-so X number of members in your church. He said, we don't preach out the book of numbers. We preach out the book of Acts.
That's it.
Not about that quantity. It's about quality.
Nope. Because, I seen Juanita Bynes. She was preaching in, they were like 40,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she done been to some storefront churches.
Yeah, more power than that.
Hey, yeah, she said that, not that they'll come in here with 13 people and cast out 100,000 devils if they in here. And she said, and probably 40,000 y'all
could cast out one of them.
Yeah, it wasn't. She said it ain't about numbers. She said the numbers come, but she said some churches it ain't about that number will never be like another church because, and sometimes when it comes to churches, the numbers will never be there if, okay, I'm about to step out here and say something very bold. Real
talk.
If the preaching is pure quality, your numbers will never be high. But if your preaching is in quantities, you big booming. But when it's too real,
I don't like the real.
Yeah. When it's too real, man,
it hurts.
Yeah. And then that's what you get offended, but you offended over quality. But when quantity comes, you can agree with quantity because quantity agrees with what you're doing.
And plus, they ain't never had that quality before. It's like having a good cut of meat or like fresh meat that you ain't never had that real fresh meat. Once you have it, it can make you sick if you ain't never had it before. But it's good meat though.
Right. That's true.
You get that old stuff from down at so-and-so market. It may not be that good, a bad cut of meat. You can cook it, it look all good and stuff. Season it all you want, but it ain't gonna taste like that real meat.
Not at all. Because that's quantity. Hey, look, that's quantity down there. That's quality over here.
That's it.
And another thing, when we talk about numbers in churches and meat here and there, that quality gonna cost you.
I was just thinking the same thing. Quality ain't cheap.
Yeah, and when you go to the meat, you used to buy this pick 5 for $17.99 down at Joe's shop. Then you come over here to Steadfast Groceries. Hey, that same pick 5, $34.99. But you getting quality.
Yeah.
You getting more over here, but you getting that whole quality. But these are just my opinions, But they are the truth.
It's the truth because you done had quality before. If you're talking to somebody that ain't never had it, they can't identify. Well, I'm good with my pick 5, so I'm gonna take my pick 5 for $17.99. I take that. I don't want
Now
to
I
spend.
eat them too. Now don't
I don't
get it
want to
twisted.
spend. I will, but it come down to it, which is the real deal.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna get that pick 5 when you having some people over or something. Trying to save some money. But like
Right.
quality costs. It ain't cheap.
Yeah.
It ain't
Yeah.
cheap. You're willing to pay for it.
And see, when you really got quality over the quantity, we can use this in a human body. You got LeBron James. He put nothing but quality in him. He playing like he 24, 25 years old because he putting that real deal in him.
Yep.
And then you got this guy. When Kobe said this, we can use this. Kobe said that they would have had 10 rings if Shaq would have worked out or he would have not been as lazy.
Yeah.
But he just kept eating burgers, McDonald's burgers, instead of spending that extra money and having somebody cook for you. So quality gonna last longer, and it's better for your soul and better for your gut.
That's right.
So all my analogies are spiritual and physical, but they're real. They're the truth.
But they're real.
That was my commercial. We gotta do get our sponsors. Our sponsors want those. That's our sponsors. Real talk.
We need next time tape up that can so we don't get in no free. We might get 1,000,000 views and somebody go out and buy them that energy drink you drinking.
Yeah, probably so.
That's all right. We'll ask for some quantity reimbursement on the advertisement.
They probably gonna ignore us, but we can ask.
Yeah.
Hey, look, since we out here on the quantity and quality, I've seen posts. Let's talk about Facebook for a second. This is just a co-host nugget I want to throw out there. I do have permission, right?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, have you ever seen a post that has quantity, but it's watered down, but it's the truth? But then you have 100% quality truth, and they get 10 likes.
Mm-hmm.
But this quantity,
I see it all the time,
gets 500 likes, and this right here can't help you in no type of way. But this what really can help you, what really can change you, because you said you can't change until you change inside. If you really if you was to really start liking this more than you like this, a lot of things could change. But the world don't want quality no more, bro. They want quantity because quantity is easier. You don't have to work you don't have to work as hard for quantity.
Just like you said, it comes with cost. And quantity got a cost too. It's cheap. It's cheap. We call it wholesale. Let's call it wholesale prices. Wholesale prices real cheap. Dirt cheap.
Yeah, I mean, and now look, ain't nothing wrong with some quantity. But what really matters at the end of the day,
in moderation, don't just put a whole bunch of quantity, like a high quantity of low quality.
Okay, I like how you said that. I like that.
Don't put a high quantity of low quality. Yeah.
Right.
If you put a higher quantity of high quality, or even if you balance it out, give you a lower quantity of high quality, that can outweigh the other stuff. And you start getting to the point where, okay, you done had that really good steak. You say, well, next time I'm gonna save up and get me that steak again. I ain't gonna eat that other steak. I ain't gonna eat that pick 5 steak next time.
No.
I'm gonna save up and get this good steak, this high quality steak next time. I'm gonna replace it. So I ain't finna keep putting that quantity, that wholesale. I ain't finna keep putting that cheap stuff in. I'm gonna start bringing in this good stuff, and then my palate is gonna change. The palate, right, is how you taste. Your taste buds is gonna change.
That's for the people out there. Hey, okay.
I feel like we're selling steaks out here.
Yeah, and yeah, you just made me think about something. When I was down for those days after all the symptoms were gone, I would come home daily just getting a bunch of quantity rest. But when I got total quality rest and I was eating quality, they was bringing me plates of green beans, soup, all this stuff. When I came out, my taste buds were different because all the like the 12 box of Hot Pockets, the 30 bag of chips.
Yeah.
I ain't want that no more. I wanted real cooked quality food every day after that.
Yep.
I ain't done too.
I think some people just got up and left. They're like, what they talking about, chips now?
Well, see, that's what's wrong with the world. They hear the quantity, but miss the quality, and they'll walk off and miss it. But hey, as long as we doing our part,
that's right.
We're not held accountable.
Yeah, it only takes that one person.
That's it.
Just that one person. I'd rather have an positive effect on one person than a negative effect on millions.
Well, like TD Jake said, I'd rather be effective than famous. Because effective is quality. Famous is quantity. It's a lot of famous people. You got 1,000 preachers. That's quantity. But you got those ones that set apart. That's quality. Can't beat that. But the ones with the quality, they had to lose a lot. They had to go through a lot. They had to withstand a lot. But the quantity, man, they just, they like to do it just for the thrill.
Yeah, that's just like those it's like wine and diamonds. Like wine, the really expensive wine goes through like a thorough process. They age it. Like it takes some good wines years to happen. And diamonds, like it's a rigorous process that it goes through. It's ugly at the beginning, but it comes out beautiful at the end because the process, it ain't pretty. Ain't nothing pretty about the process, but at the end product is where it's at.
Yep. But like you just said, you said the key word. The process is what nobody wants to go through.
They don't want to go through the process. Well, I'd rather just be able to go scroll on something and click than to actually watch it. Or I might even scroll past it because it don't look like nothing that I'm used to. Well, this ain't something that I really want to. It look like they ain't talking about nothing, so I'm gonna just go on and scroll past this instead of actually clicking on it. It might change your life. You never know, man.
Yeah. But to get your life to start a life-changing process, you have to do something that you've never done. And watch it post. I watch any post, like any video, anything that comes to me. I watch it from the top to the bottom to see what I can learn from it. It could be a bust, but
gave it the time.
The quality, the quality I got out of watching it was patience. It was something being built in the midst of that, because I didn't want to sit there and watch that because it's boring. Yeah. But it might have been that one thing between 3 minutes and 50 seconds and 5 minutes and 20 seconds of the 8-minute video. That's the only place that was in there. But if I ain't watched it, I never would have got it.
That's right.
So
the quantity, the quality is sometimes hidden in the quality too, in the quantity.
There it is. There it is. That was for me, bro. That was for me right there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
The quality is
Is-
hidden amongst the quantity sometimes.
Okay, now break that down for me. I need you to break that down a little bit.
So just like you said, the video that you watched,
Right?
you never watched it. You look at it and be like, oh man, that's 8 minutes long. I don't want to watch that. But you watched it. It wasn't at the beginning. It wasn't at the end. It was in the middle. The quality that you got from that quantity, it was in the middle. It was right there. And you couldn't get to it without digging into it first.
I just want you to say that for them. I just want you to.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I want you to, say that because we gave two different analogies. So I wanted you to break your analogy down so they can see it. But you brought your analogy back to mine. Okay. I thought you had another.
That's one of those things I just said that I don't remember what I just said. That means it's gonna mean something to somebody.
That's good. Look, I'm telling you, anytime you're doing something and you're doing something to make a change or make a difference, take a note because you ain't gonna remember what you see.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna remember that thought.
Let me write it down real quick.
Yeah, wait, you need to write it when you. Yeah, especially when it hits you and you like, oh, I ain't never thought that thought before. I probably should keep that.
It hit me like that for real. Sometimes I gotta pull over. I gotta stop what I'm doing to write it down because you never know. Like it's so many like stuff that just pop up to me, little nuggets and stuff. Sometimes it turns into a whole nother thing. Just like you said, the definition that you use, sometimes you can expound on that and turn it into a whole sermon or a whole. I mean, that's
don't say sermon because we could lose them. What they say spoken word now.
Spoken word, excuse me.
Spoken word or
you gotta get with it. I'm not with it sometimes.
Yeah, inspiration or motivation. But if that's how I got to reach my one person, I say that.
Right.
But I know the truth in that quality. It's a sermon. Because everything that is taught is a sermon. I don't care how you slice it, dice it. When you in school learning, that's the sermon for that day. Because that teacher that done the same thing the preacher do. She didn't study her material. And she done broke it down, dug in it to make a way for you to understand it. That's a sermon.
That's funny. Right? You say that the teachers, I remember an episode of SpongeBob. It sounds funny, but an episode of SpongeBob where his teacher, Mrs. Puff.
Okay.
She said, I'm in the middle of a coffee-fueled sermon right now. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about a sermon? You a boating instructor. But you're right. This sermon too, she got ready for that lesson just like a minister or a professor, any other teacher. That's what it is. You lose them sometimes when you use words that's uncomfortable to them.
True.
But what you say, real is rare, but it's fair.
Everybody don't like it.
That's what this show is all about, and I can't wait to talk about it. I don't know if it's gonna be next time or when we're gonna get to talk about that, but we might.
Hey,
one might be a series.
Hold on, I got one for you. We don't know when it's coming, what episode, what moment, what minute, but I guarantee you it'll be real when it comes, and it will be the truth. Back to our regular scheduled program.
Thank you for tuning
in. Yeah, thank you. You just got to be real, man. Like
that's right.
People are so uptight and postured, and you just let your shoulders down, let your hair back, and just like everything is not serious. And if the world could get to that.
Yep.
I know we on quantity and quality.
Like life and death is so serious right now. You can't be serious about everything else, man.
I mean, be serious, but don't be so.
Loosen up.
Yeah. Like we everything we saying is real, is truth, is fact. But you can have fun with it because laughter does the body good like a medicine. And if you didn't know, that would be in the Bible. Can't tell you where, but it's in there.
It's in there somewhere.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Next time schedule program.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think we done used up our time. So I'm say peace to our viewers. Don't forget to take care of yourself, take care of others, and always keep it real. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
And choose quality over quantity.
That's right.
And that's the truth. It's your boy, Steadfast.
Josh McGlone.
We're out of there.
No.